Hey everybody, welcome back to the COVID Kitchen as the triumphant return. I'm so happy to be back in the COVID Kitchen making some food that everybody can see the recipes and see how they turn out and watch me eat what I make. And today on the awesome return episode, I am going to use these absolutely massive eggplants that I saw in the grocery store today, and I'm going to try to do eggplant parmesan. So join me on the COVID Kitchen. Now the first thing I'm going to try to do with this eggplant, I've chopped off the top. I'm going to try to get 1/4-inch slices out of this guy, which is something I always have a super difficult time trying. I'm super OCD about it. I've actually got my measuring tool here, and I'm going to try my best to cut this baby in half and then try to work from the inside out. Because I honestly don't think I could do the outside in, on a 1/4 and live to tell about it. But we'll give it a shot and we'll see how it turns out. So yeah, just an absolutely abysmal performance attempting to slice these eggplants. My second half went a little bit better, but not exactly fantastic. So we've got the oven preheating now. We're cooking it up. We're turning it up here to 450. We're going to be cooking these eggplant pieces for 20 minutes at 450. We're going to be turning after 10 minutes, and we're hoping that they'll be nice and golden brown. Now, if you want to sprinkle it with salt to try to remove some of those liquids, you can now. I here in the COVID Kitchen am quite afraid of salt, so I'm going to avoid them, but that's probably going to mean my eggplant parm is going to be a little bit soupier than it really should be. So yeah, normally you can imagine sprinkling of the salt there to kind of help things out. All right, next up, we're going to try to make our cheese sauce. We've got 12 ounces of ricotta cheese already in here. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of grated Romano. We're going to add a 1/4 cup here of chopped parsley, which is already pre-measured. And we've got an egg that we're also going to throw in here. Boom, boom, done. And now we're mixing it up. So that'll all be mixed. That's our cheese sauce, and it's ready. We're pretty much ready to assemble. If you're making a homemade sauce, then you're better than me. I'm going to be using some Francesco Rinaldi tonight because I was too lazy to make a marinara. But after we're done with the cheese sauce, we already got the sauce, the red sauce, and the eggplant is in the oven, and we're going to be about ready to assemble this guy. So we'll come back with that. All right, so it's time to assemble. We've got a 1/2 cup of tomato sauce here, the marinara sauce, sitting on the bottom of my baking dish. We're going to add in a couple of these grizzly-looking eggplant slices, just a couple to start, and then we're going to layer it with 1/3 of this ricotta mixture, followed by 3/4 cup of the mozzarella cheese, the shredded mozzarella cheese that we have, 2.5 cups total, but only 3/4 in this layer, followed by 3/4 cup of more marinara sauce. We're going to do that twice more, so 3 layers total, and then top it off with whatever mozzarella cheese is remaining, and sprinkle a little bit of 2 tablespoons of Romano cheese over the top, and it should look quite pretty. And here we are. We have the finished product, and what we're going to do now is we're going to cover it with some foil, and we're going to throw it in a 400-degree oven for 40 minutes, then take the foil off and heat it again for another 10 minutes, and then it should be done. All right, the oven's ready to go. It's at 400. We're going to toss it in. There we go. And now it's going to be locked away for another 40 minutes and then 10 more minutes after that. In the meantime, we got a lot of time now. I'm going to wash some dishes and make myself a salad. And it's always nice to have a little bit of downtime. So I just pulled it out of the oven after 40 minutes, and I'm going to have the big reveal. You might be able to hear some of that bubbling and slurping around. Oh my, look at that. Yeah, that's liquidy, all right. That's liquidy, but maybe some of that liquid will bubble off in the next 10 minutes. So I'm going to throw it back in the oven now uncovered for 10 additional minutes, and we'll see how it is when it comes back out. And this is the finished product. Still bubbly and liquidy as heck, but we're going to chop it up and we're going to throw it in a dish, and hopefully it'll taste good. Sure smells pretty good. And here we are, all finished. Big old plate of eggplant parm. Hopefully it's worth the time and the effort. Wasn't too long. A lot of downtime in there, Well, it wasn't too bad. And hopefully it's a little bit healthy. We did use the lower fat ricotta and the lower fat mozzarella. No salt, all that stuff. That's why it's quite runny. But we'll give it a shot. And hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah, I like it. It's not quite the way Mom makes it, but it's pretty good. Success here in the return of the COVID kitchen. Take care.